Alright, let's get this straight. Nice boys do not finish last. Technically, they do, but really, it's not because they're nice. We're not attracted to assholes because they're assholes. We're attracted to assholes because they tend to be more attractive. You know why? Because attractive dudes don't gotta work too hard for a female's attention, so they tend not to be nice because they don't gotta do too much. They don't grow up being nice because people give them attention no matter what they do. So therefore, uglier guys have to work a little harder, therefore be nicer than really attractive dudes. So then it seems that nice guys finish last. It's not that we like assholes because they're assholes. We like assholes because they tend to be sexy.
Attractive dudes don't gotta work too hard for a female's attention.
Every word she said was 100% true. Totally correct. Now, you got a lot of guys on YouTube, dating coaches, that will tell you, well, all you need is your personality. All you need is game, right? All you need is a good mouthpiece. You can get basically any woman you want. Well, that's part of the equation. But what's going to get your foot into the door with women is your looks, your face, your physique, how they view you physically. Guys, just like you want an attractive woman, women want attractive men. Now, their standards might be much higher than yours and they might be much more pickier. But the fact of the matter is, women want to be around and be with good looking men. So all those guys that say, well, women just like bad boys because they like the drama and they like the dysfunction. Not necessarily true. The reason why a lot of women like bad boys or guys who are more masculine and they get a lot of women is because those guys don't need to be good. Just think about this. Have you had a woman that was going out of the way for you? She was probably driving 3-4 hours to see you, driving 50, 75, 100 plus miles to come see you. And she would always come to you. You never have to really go to her. She would bring you food. She would just really cater to you, right? She'd give you mind-blowing sex. Matter of fact, I'm quite sure you've hung out with women. You didn't have to take them on a date. You just told them, hey, you want to come over and hang out, watch a couple movies? And y'all was Netflix and chilling, Hulu and chilling, Fire Stick and chilling. Y'all was just hanging out. You didn't have to do anything. Do you know why? It's because she saw you as attractive. You were probably number one on her list of all the guys that she was talking to. So instead of her telling you, oh, let's just meet out in public first, or let's go out to dinner, I got to meet guys somewhere first. You know what she did? She said, psh. She threw out all her rules, all her regulations, and she came straight to your place. Y'all hung out, y'all hooked up, y'all had a good time. She wasn't even thinking about, oh, is this guy crazy? Because she was so attracted to you. This is why your looks and your appearance mean so much when it comes to women. Heck, in life, nobody wants to be around an unattractive person, a dirty, lazy looking person. You're just, not appealing. It's just how it is. So nice guys, the main reason why you're being nice, and guys who are probably complaining that I'm a good guy, why don't women want me? Is because you have to be good. See, when you're an attractive guy and you know you're attractive, what's going to happen is you're not going to try to be good and nice to women, because if you know, women really don't deserve your niceness and kindness and your goodness. Heck, they're savages. They're extremely selfish. They're solipsistic. They think about themselves and themselves first. So when you really understand women and how they work and what they desire, what turns them on, you're not going to be trying to be good to them and try to roll the red carpet out. Guys who want to do all that and impress a woman, the reason why you're doing it is because you know you're not attractive enough. You know you're not good looking enough. Deep down, so when you get around that woman, what's going to happen is you're going to automatically open up your wallet. As a lot of guys say in the manosphere, your ATM. Because you know you don't look good enough, you don't have that much confidence in your appearance first. So you say, okay, you know what? Let me spend some money on her. Let me take her somewhere. Let me take her somewhere nice because I want to buy my way into her pants. That's just how it is. Good guys, for the most part, when it comes to women, they're only being good. They're only being nice to her because they want to get laid and they don't think their appearance is good enough. She said a mouthful, but it's 100% true. It's all facts, guys. Just think about it. The time that you had with women that were really easy, Like the sex was effortless and she was just excited to hang out with you. She was always coming over. She did things for you. She gave you massages, just totally catered to you. That's because she viewed you as really attractive. So you didn't have to do much. You didn't have to go out of your way and go chase her down and pursue her. This is why we always say, and I tell you guys, you don't have to chase women, because if you're chasing her, what you're basically telling her is, hey, I'm a good guy. I don't view myself as really worthy of you or basically attractive enough to have you. So I got to chase you down and try to show you that, hey, look at me pursuing, look at me trying and trying and trying. Just like that female said, go rewind the clip. She said, nice guys have to try a lot. Bad boys or attractive guys don't have to try. They don't have to chase. They don't have to pursue. All they do is say, hey, let's get together and hang out. Those women are going to say, oh, he's a good looking guy. Okay, cool. I'm on board. But the women who are not really into you and aren't really turned on by you physically, you know what they're going to do? Instead of saying, okay, I'm coming, they're going to say, I'm busy this week, but maybe next week. That's because you're not number one on her list. You might be number third or fourth, but the guy that she really wants, she'll drop whatever she's doing and come hang out with that guy that night or the very next day. Or she might say, hey, I was busy. Sorry, I just seen your text. And you're like, oh, okay. Or she'll just flake off on you. Or she'll say, hey, let's reschedule. I'm sorry. And you're like, okay. That's because she doesn't view you all that attractive. But women won't tell you this. Okay? They'll show you by their actions. That's why you always tell you guys, watch a woman's actions. Forget about her words. Okay? So guys, if you are overcompensating, if you are going out of your way to try to please a woman and make her happy and do all these different things, what you're subconsciously telling her and you telling yourself is, I'm not that attractive. For something about me, I just don't think that I'm that good looking. So what I have to do is I have to do a lot of different things in hopes to keep her around. Now, can you get a woman like that? Of course you can get a woman like that. You can take her out and do all these different things. You'll get a woman, but the leash will be really short. You won't be able to make a lot of mistakes. You won't be able to, say different things. Because when you're an attractive guy in a woman's eyes, you can say basically anything. You can do pretty much anything, and she's going to be right there, and she's going to stay right there. She's going to stick with you. Matter of fact, she'll give you more chances and more opportunities to mess up, right? She'll forgive you for everything. But if you're not all that attractive in her eyes, what's going to happen is one small mistake, one thing you say that's off, she's going to just ghost you. And you're like, what the heck happened? What did I do? Right, because you weren't all that attractive in her eyes. It's all about appearance. Your face, your nose, your teeth, your smile, your physique, your ears, everything, your eyebrows. It's about everything. So if a woman views you as that top tier guy, dude, she will jump through hoops. She will travel miles away to see you. She'll take planes, she'll take buses, trains, everything to be with an attractive guy that she is really feeling. Now, I'll say this, when it comes to a mouthpiece, when it comes to actual game that a lot of guys preach, that's what keeps you in the door. So your looks and your appearance get you in the door, right? You go to the door, you knock on it, and then she's there. She's like, oh yeah, come on in. And then if she's not liking your behavior and she's not liking the things that you're pretty much your masculinity and things that you're exuding around her, the traits, what's going to happen is she's going to say, oh, you know what? Hey, you're going to have to go, right? So your looks get you in there, knock, knock. Your behavior, your mannerisms as a man keeps you in that door, right? So guys, this is why women love the bad boys. They don't love them because they're just not good human beings. It's because they're good looking, and the bad boys don't have to be nice. They don't have to be good people to these women. You're only good to a woman. And think about this. If any of you are trying to be good to a woman, because something's going to go off in your head. You're like, okay, I'm doing this for her. I'm going over here. I'm going to meet her halfway. The reason why you're doing that and trying to make a woman comfortable is because you don't view yourself as attractive enough for that woman. Because when you are a good looking guy and you see a woman, you're like, man, that ain't, she don't faze me. Her looks doesn't faze me. What's going to happen is you're going to do what you want. And if she's on your program and she finds you attractive, she's going to just straight up follow your lead. It's going to be that effortless. She's not even going to have to think about it. She's not going to make rules for you. This is why women love the bad boys or attractive men as opposed to the guys who are just good guys or nice guys. I came across a tweet on Twitter and it really stuck to me because this is something I've been trying to tell you guys over and over and over again. A lot of guys don't take my advice, and this particular woman who tweeted this, and we'll leave her name anonymous, she's coming out and being very blunt about nice guys. See, I used to be a nice guy, believe it or not, many, many, many years ago. And something I noticed and I learned about being a nice guy was I wasn't really being nice to women just because I wanted to be nice to them. I wasn't being generous and courteous. I was doing it, and most nice guys do it, because they want sex. So let's get into this tweet. She says, the self-proclaimed nice guy is a wishy-washy a-hole. Don't get it twisted. There's being kind and being the nice guy. The nice ones are the ones you have to look out for. They do nice things in expectation of return favors, which is sex, not because it's right. So all you guys who feel as though, man, I'm trying to go out of my way and please her, make her happy and hope she gives me sex and hope I get between her legs, that's the wrong thing to do. What you should do is be direct and forthcoming, because when you are, it's going to weed out all the garbage. See, the reason why women don't like nice guys is because you're fake. I used to be fake because I wanted to have sex, but I said, man, instead of me just telling her straight up, I'm going to, buy her dinner. I'm going to take her to a comedy show. I'm going to take her for a nice walk in the park, or I'm going to hold her hand. I'm going to tell her that I want a relationship, or I'm looking for something long term because I wanted to get laid. And what you're doing is you're throwing salt in the game, because when you're not upfront and honest with women, and believe it or not, women like when you're upfront. When you're not, that lets women know, man, I can't trust these dudes. These dudes, man, they be lying and saying they want a relationship, but they just want to hook up. Why couldn't they just tell me? See, a nice guy is the equivalent of a woman saying, oh, I like you and I'm showing interest. And it's happened to me many times. I'm quite sure it's happened to you. And she's telling you how handsome you are and you're cute and you're such a cool guy. She likes your hobbies and everything. And then you go on a date with her and she eats your food. She drinks your drinks. Then she never calls you back. And isn't that messed up? You're like, man, I thought she said she was interested in me. Why didn't she tell me she just wanted to use me for a free meal? Why didn't she just tell me she just wanted to use me for some drinks? Why didn't she just tell me she just wanted to use me for validation and attention? That's the equivalent of a nice guy buying women food, doing all these different things in hopes that he get laid. So if you think that being a nice guy is the right route to go, listen, it's not. If you want to have sex with a woman, your best policy is to straight up tell her, hey, come on over. Let's get together and hang out. Let's have some wine. Let's watch a couple movies. She'll get the hint. Trust me. But if you really want to date a woman and say, I kind of like this girl. Okay, go ahead, take her out. You can do some cool things, some nice things for her, but don't expect sex in return. See, I used to be like that. I used to get frustrated because what I used to do is take women out and do these different things and go to amusement parks and all this stuff like that. And then at the end of the date, I would say, okay, so you want to come back to my place? And she'd be like, oh, I'm just going to go home. And I'm like, guess what I do? I get really mad. I'm like, man, all right. I would give her no hug. I would like, all right, see you later. It's because I wasn't being genuine. Nice guys are not genuine creatures, okay? They are creatures for a reason because they're fake. Nice guys are just like foodie girls. They act like they're into you. They take what they want or they do something, then they leave. So don't be a nice guy. Honesty is the best policy because just like she says, nice guys are wishy-washy. Now, the reason why she says wishy-washy because you're going to act a certain way. And then at the end of the night, you're going to demand something. And it's not the right thing to do. And she says there's a difference between, being kind and being nice. So if you're a kind guy and you actually want to take a girl out, you want to get to know her, you want to do this, you want to do that, that's totally fine. But don't be expecting anything at the end of the day, right? Don't be expecting sex. Don't expect her to come back to your house if you didn't lay the groundwork and tell her, hey, I find you sexually attractive. I want you to come back to my place. Let's hang out after we go to this restaurant. Let's hang out after, we have some drinks and come back to my place and watch some movies. See, that's different. If you lay the groundwork and you tell her, after we go out to dinner, after we do these things, after I take you out on a date, let's come back to my place. Now, if she agrees with it, she says, okay, that's cool. See, you're not being a nice guy. You just be a cool dude and you're generous and you're trying to get to know her. But at the same time, you're being upfront and you're letting her know, I want to have sex with you at the end of the night. So you have to give me something in return. Nice guys, they're very passive. Nice guys are beta. I'm gonna be honest. And because if you're an alpha male, you're not gonna fear a woman ghosting you. See, the reason why nice guys and women don't like them is because they're fearful. And if you want something in life, you might as well say it. You might as well go for it. That's not just with women. That's just in everyday life. She also says, the nice ones are the ones you have to look out for. It's true because they're disingenuous. They're manipulative and they're not straight up and forthcoming. You can't do nice things, all you nice guys, and expect women to have sex with you. So I recommend all you guys, what you need to do is say, hey, I find you attractive, throw some sexual cues at her, talk about the bedroom, her favorite position. Let her know up front what type of guy you are so you can lay the foundation. So when you guys get together and hang out, she understands, oh, this is what he wants. So she won't be caught off guard. Believe it or not, and a lot of guys think that, so if I take her out on a date, she knows that I want to have sex. No, trust me. A lot of women are just goofy and like foolish, right? A lot of them are dumb as a box of rocks. So if you think that I'm going to do this thing and she knows that I want to have sex with her, a lot of women don't believe that because you're not being upfront. So you're confusing her. See, she thinks that, oh, this guy's just doing something nice for me. And she told her girlfriends, she told people, oh, I'm going on a date tonight. She didn't tell them, oh, this guy, I want to hook up. See, everything will be perfectly fine if you guys just went up and told women what you wanted out of the situation, as opposed to weaseling your way around, beating around the bush, going over here, going up there, and then saying, okay, so you want to have sex? She's like, well, I thought you were just being a generous guy, a kind guy. And then you get mad and say, man, all these women ain't nothing, man. All they do is want to use me for money. All they do is want to use me for food and attention. But they don't necessarily want to do that all the time. No, there's some women who are like that, let's be honest. But the reason why they use you is because they have no real direction. You're not telling them what you want. So if you don't tell them what you want, they're going to say, well, I'm going to, take the cash and prize and get out of here. This is why it's so important, guys, for you to distinguish being a cool, kind guy and being a nice guy. If it feels as though you're taking a woman out tonight or this week or this weekend on a date to hopefully get sex, don't do it. Okay. Because you're wasting your time. You're manipulative. You're wishy-washy. Don't be a nice guy. It will never work out in your favor for the long haul because you're being deceptive. You're being wishy-washy. Stop being a nice guy. Only thing it does is confuses her and it gets you upset because you want sex and you're not being upfront with her. If you're upfront with women, guys, I'm telling you, a lot of them will say, okay, cool, I'm down with that. Because a lot of women want to hook up. They want to have sex. Women have needs as well. But a lot of guys, what they're doing is they're trying to cut corners and say, let's go over here, right? Let's go to this carnival. And then you're holding hands with her and you're doing boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. So in her mind, she's thinking, oh, so this is going to lead to a relationship, or he wants a relationship right now. And then you try to, hook up with her and say, come on, let's come back to my place. She'll say, let's take things a little slow. Let's just relax a little. I want to get to know you more, because you confused her. Listen, you're going to lose a lot of women because you're going to be direct, but you're going to get a lot of women who are going to be sticking around for you to hang out and have sex and hook up. Either way, it's a win-win when you're direct. Stop being nice to women. They don't respect nice guys. And this is the reason why.
And here's a secret that many guys don't know, especially in today's day and age, is that women love nice guys. We may not understand how much we love and appreciate them until we're a little older, and we've gotten that sort of asshole phase out of our systems. I'd say by our late 20s, early 30s is the point in our lives when we're just exhausted by the jerks and we have no time in our lives anymore for them. So we really start looking for men who we know will be great long-term partners, aka nice guys, right? And that's you. But don't worry, there are plenty of women your age too who are dying to meet a really nice, good guy.
Like right now, because I'm 19, I think I would like a confident sort of looking alpha male, but later on in life I'll definitely like the more safe guy, the more, someone that I would potentially like to marry, like later on in life though, the more safe guy, later on in life.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Guys, I made a video a while back titled 30-year-old single women are afraid to tell you this. It has almost 500,000 views and counting. Click the link below in the description box and check it out. Women want you to take scraps. They want you to take leftovers the older they get. Too many guys think that, oh, I have a good girl. She's really into me. She really likes me, but she's playing you. Just like that female said. They sleep around, hook up, get with the alpha bad boys. They chase them around. And then as they get older, they want a nice guy. Guys, women don't like nice dudes. You're just a life raft. You're just a type of guy who's going to shoulder the load. She probably has 2, 3, 4 kids by different men. She's past her prime. She's in her 30s. And now she's just looking for a beta male provider. Women love to have fun in their early years, in their 20s. They like to live it up. They like to chase the alphas and hook up with them. And then when time comes to, when they're just getting old and they can't attract those type of guys anymore, or the alpha bad boys didn't want to commit to them, they try to find you, the nice guy. Don't accept scraps. Don't accept leftovers. Don't accept and avoid these type of females, because they'll come to you. They'll be like, oh, hey, I'm looking to settle down. Or if you heard the phrase, I'm looking to date with a purpose. Or they say, I got to get to know you first. Or I don't go to guys' house that fast. Or I'm not into hookups like that. You're like, okay. The reason why she's saying this, translation, is because something about you sparks some sort of beta hunter in her. She's like, okay, this guy, he has this, he has that, he has that. Okay, let me make him wait. Women know how to do that very well. They know how to give it to the guy who's really good looking. And then when they meet you, when they're past their prime in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, what they'll do is make you wait for a long time. Avoid these type of women, guys. Okay, if she's not willing to have sex and hook up with you freely, if she's putting rules on sex and says, well, I don't sleep with guys on a first date or second, whatever the case may be. If it feels like it's pulling teeth, it's not for you, Chief. See, too many guys, they're so desperate for women that they'll just take anything. Let me ask you guys a question. Would you drive a car off the lot? It has 5 miles on it. And you drive it and run it down, and about 7-8 years go by, and you have about 150,000 miles on it. Would you bring it back to that same dealership and say, hey, I know I bought it for $30,000 for top dollar 6-7 years ago, but I'm ready to give it back to you guys. Can I have my money back? They're going to look at you and laugh. They're going to say, listen, we can't do that. But listen, buddy, we'll give you, how many miles I have on it? You'll say 175,000. Okay, we'll give you about, trade in about $2,500. That's what they'll do because you've worn it down. It doesn't have the same value. You've used it up. You went over here. You went over there. You let other people drive the car. That's how it is with women, and they understand this. So they try to find a sucker online and try to post that same car with 175,000 miles on it and say, hey, it's worth $30,000. Are you willing to pay? And there's always one guy who needs a car, who sees, oh man, that car is so valuable. And she runs with that guy. But she's not really into that guy. She sees him as a sucker because he paid full price for a used vehicle. Guys, you have to realize something. Women know the game. Avoid these type of females who try to make you wait and pay, number one. And two, if she's in her 30s and 40s and 50s, I mean, come on. You work too hard to not to be able to attract a woman in her 20s. That's easy to do. Okay? So avoid these type of chicks. Okay? Who say, well, I like nice guys, or I'm looking for a nice guy. What she's saying is, I'm looking for a sucker because the guys I really wanted in the past wouldn't want to commit to me. I had my fun. I had my fair share of guys. I went over here. I've taken a trip over here. I slept with this guy. Now I'm making some other loser, Joe Blow, goofy provider beta guy to pay for the sex. Don't let it be you, guys. And it can be tempting because a lot of women, they have 2, 3, 4 kids, or they still look somewhat attractive. And you're like, well, okay, I'll wine and dine her. It's okay. I'll take her all over here and over here. This is why women don't respect you guys. This is why they treat you poorly, because they know that you're paying top dollar for a used lemon, a vehicle that has many users, this user, that user. And now you're basically the last user. And now she's going to make you do a lot of different things, jump through hoops. She's going to ask you all these questions. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, we have to take it slow. I think we should just be friends. Those type of different things. Avoid those women, guys. Because I'm telling you, the women who are really into you, who are really attracted to you, what they're going to do is jump through hoops. They're going to answer your questions. They're going to meet your demands because you're actually the prize. A woman is not the prize. Whoever has the most to lose, which is us, is the prize. Whoever has the most to bring to the table in a situation or a relationship are the prize, which is us. Let's be honest. Women bring their image, beauty, which is caked on with makeup. So they're not really that attractive. So my brothers, understand your value and worth. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? I don't want to take that type of vehicle. It's been used up. How old are you? How many kids you got? Why have you been single? Ask these questions because it's going to let you know everything you need to know about that female. And yes, if you think, oh, well, I'm just judging her. Yes, you need to judge women. Men who judge women on their past and their present, those are the smart men. They think with logic. The guys who don't judge women, who say, well, she just had a bad shake at life, or she just had a lot of failed relationships in the past, so it's okay. Those are the guys who want to have just sex, who just say, well, I'm trying to hook up real quick, so I'll take anything. Don't take anything. Do your homework. Get that Carfax. Because if you don't get that Carfax, what's going to happen is you're going to incur all those issues that those previous users had on that vehicle. You're going to drive it and say, man, I paid full price. This is a nice car. And you think you got a deal and you down the road and boom, 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 boom. Like, what's that? What's going on with and all these check engine lights are going to come on. She's going to have all type of issues, mental issues and anxiety pills and all types of things. Okay, guys. So my brothers, make sure you are getting your just due. Know your worth, know your value, and don't settle for women who are past their prime. You can do better.
What's good with y'all, man? So check this out. I had to put in that clip. All right, y'all seen that foolishness. The title of this video right here. You have nothing. Let me repeat this. Let me reiterate. You have nothing. Nada. Nathan. To prove to women. I want y'all to understand this. Like, really. The reason why we're a success object, that's not the reason why you become the best version of yourself. Right? The reason why you better today than you were yesterday. You don't do this. You shouldn't be doing this, at least for women. And guys, this is an example of an NFL player. All right. Buying a chick bottle service with a message that said, why you acting weird? Why you acting weird to me? Why you acting funny? You a little off. Guys, let me put this in perspective. If an NFL player is doing this kind of stuff, ain't no telling what some of these simps out here is doing. Ain't no telling what your regular hardworking dude is doing for the validation of a woman. Like, come on, man. Has it really gotten to that state where guys are just like, you know what? The only reason why I exist is to get play. I just want some pussy. That's it. If I get some pussy, then I'm good. I've accomplished everything I want to in my life. Guys, let's get real. This cannot be the end all be all. Alright, pussy gonna get played out for you real quick if you prioritize that shit over everything you do. That's the most important thing. Is a chick like, and here's the thing, guys. This is an NFL player we talking about. I get DMs all the time, consultations from guys. And I understand how you want things to go in your relations with your women, with the women you dealing with. Right? We want a certain dynamic. You need respect to have that kind of dynamic. You think this chick, by the expression on her face, got respect for this NFL player? Don't you think he wasted his money buying bottles? And by all means, he could afford it. But guys, let's look at the integrity here. Let's look at the respect that he's getting. Everything you do, let's relate this down to your everyday kind of guy. You think everything that you do is to appease women? To appease women? Do you honestly think everything you do is to appease women? It's a shame, bro. Like, I'm kind of heated about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that shit kind of irked me when I seen the clip. That's why I'm like, bro, I gotta make this video because, like, the game is all the way twisted. It's messed up to the point where guys feel like they need to do something for a chick when she's being disrespectful or when she's not acting right. She's acting up, so let me treat her and then get more disrespect from her. You see how that works? That don't go together. You don't get rewarded for bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's like a kid. Like, you don't take a kid out to play when they've been acting up in school. Oh, got a call from so-and-so. The teacher said that you came and you slapped her? Man, let's go play. Fuck all that. Let's go play. Let's go to the park. I just got you a new bike. Because after I got that call, I was like, nah, you need a new bike. That's the only reason you acting up. You don't reward bad behavior, guys. Okay? Like, it's like guys are afraid to be without. It's like guys are really afraid to have a chick mad at them. Let me do whatever it takes to make sure she happy. Let me do whatever it takes to make sure that she good. Guys, when you gonna start putting yourself first? And I mean genuinely. Like, genuinely putting yourself first. You put your grind first. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? What the hell is going on? She not in your section. All right, clear cut, she not in your section. How much you want to bet this chick is with another dude in the same spot and you got the nerve to buy this chick a bottle and get bottle service? Now the shit is on social media for people to see. Guys, this is a clear cut example of what you don't need to be doing. You don't need to be bowing down to no damn agenda of a female that's acting up. Like, I don't even know the whole situation, but this is what it needs to be, guys. You cannot make the reason why you want to be successful, the reason why you grind every single day, the reason why you wake up. When you wake your ass up, right, and you make your bed, you wash your face, you take that cold out of your fucking eye, and you get your day started. You might start your day out with positive affirmations, motivation, and all this other shit. And you doing all this at the end of the day, busting your ass to appease women? Like, is this all just for the women? You don't want to do none of this stuff for yourself. None of it. None of it. I like booty too. I like booty shaking. I like all that shit. But for the life of me, bro, there is no way you coming before my mission. There is no way I'm sitting here buying you bottle service. There's no way I'm gonna be like, guys, let me bring this to guys. It's just regular persons out here, regular people, regular men. You have goals, you have standards. If those things are broken, if they're not getting accomplished, somebody gotta pay. You feel me? Somebody gotta pay. There's gotta be repercussions somewhere. And if the reason why a chick is acting funny with you, if the reason why a chick is acting weird, if she's not giving you the same level of commitment you doing with her, right? If she ain't reciprocating what you push out, the energy you pushing out to her, then she don't deserve it. You don't reward her for bad behavior. Like, guys, when is it gonna come to a point where, and the only reason why this kind of irks me is because it's like, this guy's a high status male, you're an NFL player, right? So you should be used to getting a bunch of groupies, a bunch of women like this. She looked just like him. Like, what kind of chick is gonna have that kind of reaction, bring that kind of energy, if she ain't like the rest of these chicks that's around you? Like, bro, you was really in your feelings to the point, like, you was really in your feelings. And this is for the guys out here. You should never be in your feelings so much to feel like you can't go without her. There's no, you in scarcity mind. That's when you enter scarcity mode. That's when your dick is like, hey, bruh, this might be the last piece of pussy we get. We better hold on to this. Guys, but that's how you end up losing it. All right, that's how you end up losing it. When you are disrespected, when stuff just doesn't fall in line with what you're doing or the values that you have, or like I said, you pushing out this energy to a chick and she's sitting here giving you a one-word response, or she flaking, or you always got to initiate something. That's not what you need to be around, bruh. That's not what you need to be around. You don't reward her with more attention, with more validation. You pull all that shit away. Give me that. You got to take that back. You feel me? And that matters, guys. That matters. That's more important. The fact that the attention is literally like the fact the money didn't matter to him. You know what it was? It's not even about the money. It's about the fact that he did the whole presentation of the shit, and the words that was on the little Jumbotron mini bullshit that stated pretty much, I need you, I'm desperate, please come back and give me some head. Please come back and bounce on my shit. Please come back to me. Please don't be doing that with no other guy, even though I already know you for the streets. Like, guys, come on now. We cannot be like this. We cannot be like this. We got to be better than this. And I mean it, man, like, for real. I'm just disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed in the fact that somebody at that status level is still doing it. Guys, this goes to show you that the money, the status, that don't change who you are on the inside. I got all this course material out here. Y'all better pick it up, man. It ain't no joke. If you ain't really tapping in with yourself like that, if you ain't really being a man's man, you ain't really leveling up internally, it's not gonna matter, bro. It's not gonna matter. You can have the women around you, but you still gonna be simping for this one chick who got streets tatted on her thigh, and you might as well have bozo tatted on your forehead, cause you sitting here validating simping for this one chick, and you know she ain't even rare. She is common, low-hanging fruit. You can do way better. But you want to give all that time, money, resource to this chick, this one girl. I see it all the time. It's not just him. It's all kinds of situations I get. Pick up my program, level the fuck up, because it's real. But do it internally first. Because, guys, having dreams, goals, and aspirations, becoming rich and all this stuff is great. Status, that's great. But you still going to be taken advantage of if you ain't really got that shit like you supposed to. Keeping it real with you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm going to be sharing the #1 biggest piece of marriage advice that I've learned, that I've implemented, and that I want to share with you guys so that hopefully your marriage becomes a little bit better, especially for the ladies, because this one was a hard pill for me to swallow. So this is going to be kind of controversial. I'm also going to share a clip from Shan Boody on the Roommates podcast where she literally talks about this, and when I stumbled on it, I was like, thank you for speaking the truth and thank you for saying this. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So before I jump into the advice I would give, let's hear what Shan Boody has to say about this topic.
My #1 advice for like a healthy marriage is like developing your shut the fuck up filter. Like there's so many times that I always want to voice my opinion or say how I would do things or give an alternate route. Like I'm just like always, and then if I just be quiet sometimes, and even if something it doesn't please me, you know, sometimes I want to correct right away. But if I just be quiet, one, sometimes it actually pans out even better than I thought it would. Or #2, it's like, let that person have the joy of having their vision come to fruition. Just like you want to assert your vision in this moment, like they also want that same feeling of knowing they did it their way. So like shutting up and like shutting down that voice in my head, which, you know, stopped me from being a good student, where I was always trying to one up the teacher or say how things could be better, but versus like, if I'm trusting you to partner with you, I actually have to trust you. So that I think was my biggest shift.
I don't think she could have said that any better. I don't think I could say that any better. Ladies, the #1 piece of advice I would give you to save your marriage, to create peace in your marriage, is just shut up. Shut up. Sometimes your opinions don't need to be heard. And I'm not saying that to belittle women. I'm not saying that to shut anyone down. I'm just saying if you have decided to partner with your man, with your husband, then let him lead. So many women want to just control every situation. I know, because I was one of these women who literally had to voice my opinion about every single decision, every single thing that my husband brought up to me when it didn't need to be said. Something that my counselor told me early on in marriage counseling and premarital counseling was these 3 questions I should be asking myself, and these are the questions. 1, does it need to be said? Okay. 2, does it need to be said by me? Okay. And thirdly, does it need to be said right now? Those concepts were never brought up to me growing up, were never brought up to me when I was a hardcore womanist. It was always my way or the highway. And in marriage, when you're partnering with someone, when you are trying to be in a relationship, There needs to be give and take. There needs to be compromises because you are two separate people that have two different ideas of how it's going to go. But women have this idea that every single thing that we come up with is correct. And unfortunately, it's not. She brings up being disagreeable.
A lot of the qualities that we have, but to your point, that aid us in certain areas in life actually prevent us from being successful in others. And so that headstrong, I'm doing things my way, I don't care what anyone else thinks, this is who I am, take it or leave it, really helped to propel or start my career, but it was stopping me from making healthy romantic connections. So I had to acknowledge at one point that I'm like, the common denominator is you. You know, like every Subway sandwich you go to, you get in an argument. Every airplane you're on, every relationship you're in, like, and agreeableness is the number one trait which determines relationship longevity and success, or someone's ability, which we're told nice people finish last, but in truth, nice people stay in the race the longest.
Disagreeableness does not work in relationships. That is what she alluded to. She needed to be more agreeable in order to have a happy, healthy marriage. You can't walk into a marriage, into a relationship, being so disagreeable, because then you will never have peace in the relationship. There will always be turmoil. I remember when I was a hardcore womanist, I would literally disagree with every single person, whether that was in business or my friends or, you know, my family. I was just hard to be around all of the time. It was always my way or the highway, and it was my opinion ranks higher than your opinion. And that is just a bunch of BS. When every single part of your life is in turmoil, you have to look inwards to see, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the common denominator. And for a lot of women, we are the common denominator of why we're unhappy, why we're unsatisfied, why we're always in toxic relationships, why we have all of these problems. It takes a lot of self-awareness. It takes a big humble pill. You need to swallow the humble pill, ladies, if you want to have a happy, healthy relationship, if you want marriage. Because let me tell you, you being disagreeable is not going to help you in your relationships. It might help you advance in your career, it might help you advance in education, but it's not going to help you in relationships. We have to take personal responsibility and accountability for the actions that we take. We need to look inward at ourselves and kind of reverse engineer why we are this way. Maybe it's trauma from our past. Maybe it's, family dynamics. Maybe it's broken relationships. We need to take a survey of our life, a survey of our past relationships, and maybe dissect what was the problem. Again, the things that you should be asking yourself: does it need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? And does it need to be said right now? Think about these questions when you're having conversations with people. Not everyone needs your 2 cents. Not everyone. And especially in relationships, especially when you have your man taking the lead. He is going to think out of logic. You are going to think out of your feelings, and feelings are fickle. They are not sustainable for making decisions. And that is one of the biggest pieces of advice that I could give to a wife, to someone who wants to be a wife, to any woman out there that is struggling in relationships right now. Just please shut up. All right, guys, I love you. I hope that you got something out of this video. I hope that you start implementing some of these things that I brought up today. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
And them pheromones cause you to be attracted. And I'm not saying that it's right to be this way or wrong to be this way. I'm just saying it's a fact that it is this way.
Today we're going to be reacting to a video of rapper T.I. explaining the type of men that women really want. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, I will not be talking about all women. It just feels like it. Today, we're going to be talking about why you should let a woman chase you. And today, I'm going to be reviewing a video of rapper T.I. as he explains the type of guys women really want. Stay tuned.
Women out there who say they want a man who ain't got no bitches. Them women don't really want a man who ain't got no bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like, for real, bro.
Sure.
Like, just think about a man who ain't got no bitches and that energy and how that is and how that feels and what it look like.
Think about that time.
That's what attract you to that nigga, because he had that energy, that misogyny you speak so poorly of.
Yes,
that shit provides a vibe that you are obviously attracted to.
A sense of comfort.
It put out pheromones.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Okay, rapper T.I. is correct. When you're a man and you actually have a lot of women, they're more attracted to you because it's more of a dominant thing. This is why women are always chasing the rappers. They're always chasing the guys with money. And they're always chasing the broke dudes who may look good or the broke guys who may be alpha because they attract so many women. So when you start looking at guys that you may think you're better than or you may be working harder than, you must look at the fact that a woman doesn't really like him because she thinks he's nice. She likes him because it gives her a competitive nature. It gives her a competitive spirit, which is why men should never be competing for a woman.
And them pheromones cause you to be attracted. And I'm not saying that it's right to be this way or wrong to be this way. I'm just saying it's a fact that it is this way.
It is that way.
I'm not trying to excuse, merely explaining to you.
Make a valid point, man.
I mean, like, for real, because I've seen all too many times a woman get a man and she's attracted to this man because, you know, he's a popular guy and he has options. Don't nobody want nobody with no options. So he has options. You dig what I'm saying? And she's attracted to him. And her main thing is, I want you to cut off all your options. I want to be your only option. Now,
I definitely agree with T.I. on that. That's the main goal. The more women that you have, the harder she's going to work to get you to cut off all your options. Now, as a man, you must always have a woman thinking that you have other options. Why? Because that's going to always keep her in her place. And I've told guys that if you always look like you're one step away from breaking up with her, she'll become the best girlfriend in the world. But the moment you relinquish all of your power to her, she becomes a narcissist and you become her servant.
Like to be your only option. I want you to go to having all the options you want, everything that you can have in the world. And I want you to divert your efforts, energy, love, affection, and attention to only me and be your only option. And he say, you know what? For love, for you, I will. Boom. Collapse all his options.
Hey, I do a joke about this.
And that's exactly what happens with guys. You get with them, you fall in love, and you cut down all your options. All right. Now, what I want every man out here to understand is, when it comes to a woman, there is somebody out here for you. There's somebody out here for everybody because everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to be in a relationship. The only problem is it's desperation. Desperation tells you to go date random people, tells you to go date here, go date there, go do this, go do this. Society has you confused as to what type of person that you're supposed to be with. So you find yourself dating the wrong person all over again because you failed to take the time out to know who you are. Once you know who you are, then that certain person will walk into your life. Next, your old relationships are going to prepare you for the right person that you're supposed to be with. So all the girls that broke your heart or that was playing all the games, the moment you separate yourself from dating and you actually get on your purpose, you learn from your mistakes better. When you're trying to become a better person, it allows you to think about your mistakes when you start to advance. And then you look back at the old you and you say, that was the old me. I can't believe I fell for that. Until you purposely get on your purpose and become a better version, and you look back at your old self and you say, man, that's the old me. I can't believe I was that stupid. You're not ready to move forward. Next, when you actually meet a woman that's going to actually ride with you, bro, you ain't going to never have to change anything about yourself. You can actually be you. That's why it's very important for you to go your own way to discover you so you don't have to change yourself. A lot of these women out here are just going out finding the best beta male provider. Once they make him fall in love, when she gets bored, her goal would be to try to change him into a thug or try to change him to be tougher than what he really is. She's always trying to change you when you show that you don't know who you really are. The thing about a woman is she never knows who she really is because she lives life based on emotions, which means if she wakes up and wants to be a different type of woman, whatever woman she decides likes a different type of guy. So she's going to want you to change and be the type of guy that she now likes. It sucks being a beta male provider. All you do is get used your whole life and manipulated by others. And this is why you allow her to chase you. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you was able to get the message. Hasta.